Hi guys, Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today I thought I'd give you a quick garden tour. One of the things I just started doing, and I thought I'll give you a quick garden tour too, but I just wanted to show you, I had stuck some banana peels in a jar, a quart-sized jar, and I'm going to let that cook down. Should cook pretty quickly. I'll give it a couple days though. 3 to 4 days is what's usually recommended for this. This is going to provide nitrogen and phosphorate for my garden, and it's great for cucumbers and peppers and things like that. And I have a lot of peppers in the yard. So I'm going to let this go ahead and cook down for a couple days. It's 100 degrees. Well, it's 93 degrees, but with the humidity, it's 100. So a lot of the plants are suffering. My cucumbers are suffering and slowing down because of the heat. So I could get a second planting of cucumbers in. So I started some in this container here, and you can see already that right there's a little cucumber sprout coming up. There's not in the other containers yet. I'm going to start them off in here, and then I'll transplant them out into the garden out there. Bib lettuce is still going strong, so I think I'm going to have to plant that every year here. This is chives here. They're a little bit yellow, struggling a little bit in the heat. I need to get that in the ground somewhere. I might just go ahead and pot it in here. That is a lemon jalapeno plant. I got dill here on the side. A little bit of cilantro is left over, but that's starting to go to seed, and I'm welcoming that because it's just not going to do well in this heat. And I can replant that for the fall season. So I'm excited about that. This is how my sweet potatoes, this right here is how my sweet potatoes are doing. They're starting to vine out. They were just little starts like this one. I grew this start by myself, so I just stuck it in there too. And these runners, wherever they touch the ground, they will vine out and make new roots. So I'm going to keep on letting them, as long as they're touching dirt here in the planter, I'll keep on letting them do that, and then after that I'll just kind of throw the vines back on itself, and hopefully we'll get lots of yummy sweet potatoes. I just picked a bunch of tomatoes, but I do have a lot of stuff that's starting to yellow and just not tolerate the heat very well. These tomatoes are doing okay. This is a nice thinned out tomato plant, but it didn't start in a really good soil, so I had to take out the soil and redo the soil in these tomato plants. I just took out all my onions in there, and those are done. So I'll show you my onion harvest in just a little bit. I got this idea, and you can see how well it works. You can see that there's little bugs in this soil, but I am catching plenty of them and plenty of flies and stuff like that on those little. You can get these off of Amazon, and they have a stick. Both of them have sticky sides, and they work really well. I need to stick another one in there, and they just get rid of all the gnats and things. You can see I have some wild strawberries over here that are trying to make themselves into my nice soil over here, putting nice runners on. I might go ahead and pick those later. I did put in this soil 2 more tomato plants, and over here I put, what else did I put? 2 more vining plants. I think one was a cucumber, I think, and then I put honeydew melon in there, I believe. This is my other tomato plant. I just took a bunch of tomatoes off of there, closer to the bottom. You can see we're getting lots of tomatoes on, but the growth has slowed down in these, and that's understandable, even though that these are indeterminates. They're above the fence, so they're doing pretty good. they're in a pot, so they still went pretty high. You can see my bell peppers on here. There's a nice one on there. More coming on there. A couple new little ones there. I got little jalapenos coming on. I got these jalapenos coming on, and they're turning purple. They're a purple variety, and more jalapenos there. So peppers are doing great here in Tennessee. Another bell pepper over there. I just picked a couple cucumbers, but you can see that my plants are starting to yellow out a little bit. That's why I'm doing the phosphorus. I also gave this, I got it on there a lot, so we'll just turn this over. Stick it back in the soil. I threw a lot of blood meal at the cucumbers, so hopefully that will come together. Getting a little bit of holes in, and there's a nasty little bug there that we don't want to see in the garden. And we'll just squish that bug. Don't need him living in my sunflower. My kale is doing wonderful. I keep on picking it, and it's doing wonderful. It loves this Tennessee soil. So I've gotten plenty of cucumbers. This is loofah right here, and it's starting to run along the fence. Same with this loofah over here, starting to run along the fence. Cucumbers next to it. This, I added some blood meal to this, and this was turning really yellow. This is yellow squash. Looks like I have one on there. We'll see how it does. None of them have been fertile or propagated. I put a lot of bone meal in there, and so we'll just continue to water. This cucumber isn't doing very well anymore, and that's okay. That's okay. You can see all the little natty things that I'm dealing with. I don't know what these are exactly, but that's why I have those traps. And another little cucumber beetle there. So I've been dealing with the cucumber beetles, so time to get out the DE and do a little spraying. I'm getting tomatoes on there. You can see right there. Got little tomatoes. That black stuff on there, that's a little blood meal from putting down some blood meal. Some more tomatoes coming on all over the place. Got some yellowing, so need to come out here and do some trimming back. Did some trimming back of these pepper plants. This is the California Wonder. And I put some beer in here because we got some slug damage here. But I'm still getting, that one doesn't look so great, but we'll see what happens. This cucumber plant has only given me a couple cucumbers, hasn't been very healthy. So I might go ahead and pluck that out there. So that's what's going on in the vegetable part of the garden. I'll show you what I have going on in the herb garden in the front in just a moment.